Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick little size comparison here between the Galaxy A family for 2017. So we do have the A3, the A5 and the A7, which I think this is the first time I've bought all of the phones this year in terms of the A series, because usually I just stick with the A5, and I wanted to compare here the the footprint, the screens, etc., and see what they bring to the table. So first we can have a look at the A3, which is coming with a very compact kind of design here, 4.7 inches. Very refreshing actually. It's just a shame that Samsung doesn't put the most highest end like processor into the smaller handset like Sony does, because we have seen, I think, a leak of a new Sony Xperia XZ Compact, which I think will be very competitive against the A3. But the A3 nevertheless is a very beautifully designed handset, and it feels amazingly good in the hand. You can see the actual bezel ratio isn't too bad, and it's mostly screen here, and it's it just feels good in the hand basically. The A5 does give you a little bit more screen real estate. It is 5 inches, but you are going to stretch a little bit more in terms of your finger. But nevertheless, it's very compact and comfortable still. They've done, again, a very excellent job of the bezel ratio. I think it's actually a little bit thinner than the A3, and it's coming with practically the same kind of design in terms of the glass, the curve at the back, etc., the full waterproofing and dust proofing. So this one's a middle of the road one basically. If you want something with good in terms of the media consumption, good in terms of the pocketability, then go for the A5, I'd say, because it gives you a little bit more RAM as well than the A3. I mean, it's coming with 3 gigs of RAM. Or does the A3 come with 3 gigs of RAM? That is a good question. I think it comes with 2 gigs of RAM, but do correct me if I'm wrong. I think they all come with the same processor though, which is good. And finally, we do have Papa Bear here, the newest edition on the right. This is like the A7 2017, and I think this is coming with a 5.7 inch display. That's what it looks like to me. I thought it was 5.5 at first, but it is quite a big display, this one. So this is definitely something for your gaming and your multimedia content. The other great thing about having a bigger phone is you're going to get a bigger battery in there, which is going to be a boon for battery life. The actual build is very similar to the other handsets, so in terms of dust proofing, waterproofing, etc., which is good. So it does have a larger footprint, this one. You're not going to be able to deal with it, I don't think, in the same way with one hand. However, if you're into your Note kind of phones and you don't want to spend the price of a Note or the Galaxy S8 Plus, this is a great compromise here. You're getting a massive screen real estate, and very good for your multitasking endeavors. So those are the main differences in terms of the sizes here. We're just going to have a look at the screen quality as well on all of them. So they all come with AMOLED displays, and obviously I have put them on the brightest here to make it a fair comparison. And we're just going to get out the old thing we used to use, which I've had to dust off. I don't think I've used it for a while. This is like a lux meter to see the brightness. So we're going to put this on the A3 and see what brightness we are getting. So if we just put that on the table, you can see it doesn't get any brightness, but on here we are getting, yes, we have to put it on the whitest part, so it's a fair test. Let's just get the Play Store up, because that's how we used to do it. There we go. So you're getting up to 700 lux, or nits as it's called, 700 nits, which is nice on the A3. What are we getting on the A5? We are getting, looks like slightly less here, 688 nits or lux. so a little bit less when it comes to this. Wonder why that is. Oh no, it's going up again. No. So a little bit less than the A3, so do bear that in mind. Finally, we do have the big boy. Let's just see what this one's getting. I don't think I'll put my account details in yet. But we do have a nice white screen there, as you can see. And we're just looking here. And oh, this little one looks the dimmest, really. Looking at this here. So you can see it's definitely not getting up there with the smaller ones, 650. So you might be getting a slightly dimmer screen here on the big display. I've just put it on another kind of white area. So that's something to consider, you know, if you're looking for your outdoors legibility in the daylight. And obviously Samsung does source its panels, I think, from, you know, itself, so it's quite weird how they would differ in terms of the brightness, but interesting nevertheless. And you know, you should consider this if you are looking for a very bright display. They all look very good in terms of viewing angles, no issues whatsoever, really, you know, very vivid. And yeah, just a quick little video here, comparison of the A series. I'll probably do some other comparisons, checking out gaming, etc. So do stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.